Hi, I'm Sean Gannon, and this is Minute Math, and today we're learning about absolute extrema.
Minute Math, when you need help you use Minute Math.
We're given this problem right here, y equals 4 over x squared plus 2, and we want to find all points of absolute minima and maxima on our given interval from -5 to -2, but not including -5, but we are including a -2. First thing I want to do is find my derivative here to find our critical values. Now I like to rewrite my function here, f of x, like so. I find it's easier to find the derivative. 4 times an x squared plus 2 to the -1 power. Now with our derivative, f prime of x here, 4 stays there, -1 comes down, multiply with the inside, x squared plus 2, subtract the exponent by 1, power rule here, -2. Now apply the chain rule, derivative of the inside, which is a 2x. From there, we need to simplify this bad boy here. So f prime of x, and 4 times a -1 is a -4, times 2x is a -8x. All over, I'm going to bring this down to the denominator, and x squared plus 2, all squared. Okay? Now, since we want to find the critical values, we're going to see where we're equal to 0 as well as undefined. So I'm going to set my numerator, -8x equal to 0, and our denominator, x squared plus 2, all squared, equal to 0. Divide both sides by -8, that's easy, x equals a 0. Square root both sides, and we have, well, x squared plus 2 equals square root of 0, which is 0. Subtract 2 to both sides, x squared equals a -2. Square root both sides, and we have x equals plus or minus square root of -2, and that is imaginary, which is clearly not in our interval or domain here. So we can't use those values. And no, it's also not in our interval. That's 0. 0 is not in the interval as well. So we can't use either one. Nothing is in our domain here, okay? So how do we really apply the first derivative test? Well, look at this. I'm going to put a 2 here, or -2. And we're going to go here to like the closed interval here to -5. Okay? And I'm still going to kind of apply my first derivative test and see what's going on here. Okay? Well, between -5 and -2, I'm going to pick a value between those two values, which is -3. And I'm going to find what f prime of -3 is. And that came out to be a 0.19835 approximately. But it's positive. That means on the interval we are increasing. So what does that tell us? That tells us on our interval our lowest value is right after -5, but we don't actually have a lowest value. We can't say it's an absolute value there because it's not an endpoint, that's a bracket. But it's increasing all the way to when x is -2, and we can include that. So -2 would be our absolute maximum, the x value. So we want to find the y value there. So we use our original function, f of -2 here, and we plug that into our original function, and I get a 2/3. And so what does that tell us? Well, we don't have an absolute minimum value here, right? But we do have an absolute maximum value at the coordinate point -2, 2/3. So again, our final answer here, we have no absolute minimum value, but we have an absolute maximum value at -2, 2/3. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if it was, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this video. This helps us make more free math lessons for you and for everyone else. So as always, thanks for watching.
Minute Math, when you need help you use Minute Math.